Everyone, and welcome. I know most of you already, but for those whom I don't know, my name's Felicia Rubenstein, and I'm the founder of HAYVN. We also have our team here tonight, Teresa, Malou, Jen, and Allie, so welcome. I hope you are as excited as I am. This is our 10th HAYVN Hatch. While we would love to be in person tonight, we are rolling with COVID's ups and downs, and we made a judgment call, so as we had to go online. HAYVN, as you all know, is the co-working space geared towards women supporting, inspiring, and collaborating with other women, regardless of where they are on their personal or professional journey. And HAYVN Hatch is just one of many events that we host to do just that. Tonight, it's about highlighting and supporting female entrepreneurs. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Kendra Farn, who has her own video production company here in Fairfield County. And Kendra has produced all of our HAYVN videos. As a former television producer and anchor, she knows how to keep things moving. So I'll pass it over to you, Kendra.
Thank you, Felicia, and welcome everyone. I am so excited to be here at HAYVN, by the way. I don't know if you can see, if what you can see is any glimpse of how cool this spot is. I can't put it into words. It's an amazing spot. Many of you have been here. All of you will have an opportunity with a free day pass to come here, and I highly encourage it. It is just an awesome spot. We are not in person, but I got to tell you, we're not wearing masks. So you got to look at the glass half full, right? And personally, probably a little TMI for everyone, but I just got my get out of jail card today with my negative test. So I am super excited to not be in my bedroom or in my house. Anyway, so thank you for joining us. This is our 10th HAYVN Hatch. The next hour, if you have not joined us in person or in a virtual hatch, you will see it is going to be fun. It is going to be inspiring. So I want everyone to sit back, relax, grab your wine, grab your tea, grab your beer, grab your seltzer, whatever floats your boat, and just enjoy the next hour. It's really fantastic. Our last hatch was, as Felicia said, in person, but we do roll either way with whatever COVID throws us, which right now happens to be a little bit of a spike. So we're going virtually, but virtual or in person, all of these hatches have the same energy, the same excitement, the same support for female entrepreneurs. And we always have a packed house. We have 100, just under, I think 98 people signed up. So you'll see people will start logging on as they get home. But it is a packed house, so we're super excited for all of the presenters presenting tonight. We had a lot of applications, as we always do, to pitch tonight. So choosing the 6 women in businesses that you're going to hear from tonight was not an easy task, and they are so different and so amazing in their own way, and we've gotten to get to know them a little bit before tonight, so we're really excited for everybody else to hear from them. Tomorrow, we encourage anyone to reach out and follow up with any or all of the female founders. Go to their websites, because of course their contact information is there. The one thing that we do ask of everyone is that you please don't solicit them. That's the one request we have. We want to thank all of you in the audience for all of your voluntary donations. Those donations are going to the prize money for our winner tonight. And while every dime counts, the cash prize is not a big amount towards advancing your business, but it's not all about the money. We always try to emphasize the most important thing about the HAYVN Hatches, and what HAYVN is obviously founded on, is the exposure and the connections and the support and enthusiasm and inspiration that we all can give to all of these female entrepreneurs tonight. So that's always our mission and the most important thing. Okay, we want to give a shout out to our Hatch founding partners, HAYVN and Felicia, of course, Realist Ventures and Marie Roca, Venture Mom and Holly Hurd, and P. Garum Productions, and that's me. Hatch is a joint venture among the 4 women-led companies, a collaboration that comes, as I said, from our passion for women-led businesses and a desire to support them in any way we can. every hatch, which we love, is always a reunion of sorts. And we always have past presenters joining us in the house. There's some logos of all of the past presenters that we've had in our past 9 hatches. Tonight in the house, I want to give a shout out to our past presenters who are here. Emily with Land Maverick, Zena and Vernita with Big Hire, Tiffany with Bo Yi, Anne and Alexa with Schedulette, Catherine with IntelliHealth, and Wendy with Futures Thrive. So thank you guys for coming back as you always do and supporting these current presenters tonight. Okay, off to the hatch we go. Here's how it's going to work in case you've never been to one. There will be 1 winner and 1 runner-up. Our winner will take home the collected prize money as well as a HAYVN support package for their business. And the runner-up will also take home the support package, and we're going to outline those support packages later on when we present them. Okay, to the judges. I would like each of them, there they are on your screen, to just take a minute, if you would, and please introduce yourselves to our audience. And Rach, we'll start with you.
Great, thanks so much, Kendra. Hi, everyone, I'm Rach Brand. I'm an investor and mentor for companies working in well tech and food tech industries. I also have a few day jobs. I work in product market fit for my own company, Rise. And I also support innovation and technology for Launch in Hartford. But I spent my first 20 years of my career working for big business, kind of circling the food industry from McDonald's to Compass Group. So food is really my bailiwick. And through that opportunity, I realized there was a better way. I'm really not sure what that is yet, but I'm kind of on a mission to figure it out. And that's my excitement in being part of the Hatch. I discovered startup culture while working for Mighty Leaf Tea in 2010, and I stayed through their exit, and I'm totally hooked. So I was also with Chobani for early stage, and I realized that I'm just a champion for those with great ideas, great stories, an excellent work ethic, and a desire to create change. It's really hard to be a founder, so today I'm here to listen and grow through the eyes of each one of you founders. One of the things I love about female-led entrepreneurship is our willingness to always work together and help each other. Thank you, Felicia and the HAYVN community, for really creating this incredibly safe space for all of us, those who are women founders and those who truly just love working and supporting women. So thanks so much.
Fantastic. Thank you, Rach. Okay, Eugene, who goes by Gene, take it away.
Hi, everybody. I'm Gene Carr. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I got involved in the tech world in the earliest days of AOL online, and I did several 3 or 4 tech startups, all at the intersection of the arts and technology. The company I founded most recently was called Patron Technology. We provided software for cultural organizations to do ticketing, marketing, and fundraising online. I sold that business along with my co-founder. And since then, I have been mentoring and coaching early stage founders. I've also been doing some early stage investing, and I'm part of a group called Mentors Plus Angels, which is a group specifically involved in trying to find early stage investments with women and underrepresented founders. So I'm delighted to be here. Look forward to pardon me. I've done many of these pitches myself. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you all have to say, and good luck to everyone.
Awesome. Thank you, Jean. Okay, Alexandra, who goes by Allie.
One of the first of 3 Allies I think you'll meet tonight. My name is Allie Cooley. I'm a Connecticut native and a finance and climate entrepreneur. I actually started a business called Greenworks Lending in 2015, actually based out of Darien, and sold it to Nuveen, which is a subsidiary of TIA Craft, in April 2021. So since then, I've stayed on with the company as a chief investment officer to Nuveen Green Capital, which is what we were branded to, and have started to get more involved in angel investing. So I'm a part of a couple different climate angel networks, and very, very excited to be here supporting these female entrepreneurs. Being a female entrepreneur myself, I know how hard it is, but also how high the highs are, how low the lows are. So just thrilled to be here supporting Connecticut and also other female entrepreneurs just getting started. Very excited to see all the pitches and participate in the event.
Great. Thank you, Allie. Okay, off to the pitches we're going to go. Here's how it's going to work, just so that everybody who hasn't been knows how it flows. Each female founder will have a total of 7 minutes. 3 minutes of that is for presenting time. 4 minutes of that is for Q&A. The questions and answers will be from the judges as well as the audience. So audience, if you have any questions, just please put it in the chat. The 3 minutes of presenting time will be timed by Holly Hurd. You will hear presenters a 30-second warning so that you know when to kind of start wrapping it up, and that will be a tap of a wine glass, something like this. And then the 4 minutes of Q&A will be timed by me, and Holly Hurd will be handling the Q&A. And you will also have that same tap of the wine glass when it's time to wrap that up. Audience, we have a quick request for you. Please put your questions in the Q&A, but do that during or right after that specific presenter finishes their pitch. The reason being is that we can't entertain questions once we've moved on to the next presenter for that female founder. So just try to be efficient in your timing of getting those in the chat, if you would. Presenters, it is in your best interest to answer the questions pretty quickly and efficiently, because then, of course, sounds like a duh, but you can get more questions in and more information out about your company. All right, everyone take a deep breath. Off to the pitches we go. We are up next with Mila and Crystal Neuro. Take it away.
Good afternoon. I'm Ludmila Kvochina, MD and PhD, and I present here Crystal Neuro LLC, the biotech company. I really appreciate for the opportunity, and I want to touch like really sensitive topic. It's related to Alzheimer and other dementias. People, next slide, please. People all over the world looking for the better care about their elder ones, loved ones. Elder people are real treasure for the society. They are carriers of knowledge, skills, experience, but they are losing all this, many of them in age 65 and older, with losing memory because of, next slide please, Alzheimer disease. So except of this loss, there is a dramatical emotional component associated with dementias for family and caregivers. There is one more component, the financial economical. Projected to 2050, it's expected to have a $1 trillion loss in US economy. Next slide, please. The major problem right now is in a mostly diagnostic. It's very expensive, but the most important, it's too late. Practically, it reflects non-recoverable massive brain cells and death, and as such, a loss of brain and body function. The solution, which is Crystal Neuro proposing, is easy, applicable, not expensive diagnostic kit based on a contemporary, including nanotechnology and nanomaterial, which will detect the early biomarker of the disease, or let's say the indicator, molecular indicator of the disease, years, if not a couple of decades before the symptoms will appear. Next, please. Patent is already filed back in December, and adult people in age 45 and older will be proposed to be tested at annual physical exam with increment 5 years to retest until the disease marker will be detected. And that's what the point to start treatment years before the symptoms will appear. Significant addressable market for this issue. 80 million people in age 45-64 living in US, and that's might bring to 4 billion profit in a best situation, of course, with a minimal cost of kit, $50 per kit. Next slide, please. So Crystal Neuro LLC, the biotech company, this is our contact information. Join us to help our clients to get early diagnostic, and that will prevent and ease the disease and improve quality of life. And I really appreciate your attention, and I'm ready for questions. Thank you.
Fantastic. Wonderful presentation. Thank you. Holly, I will start your 4-minute clock for the Q&A.
Fantastic. Why don't we start with Rach this time?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hi, wonderful presentation. I'm very interested in your product. So Mila, can you tell me a little bit more about your team and how you created this patent?
So the patent is actually created from the research when I was doing back on brain research. And I was proposed to work with a nanomaterial. And I, first of all, I actually did not have clue how to apply it. And then it clicked me when I was on one party with a person who is actually lost the memory and did not recognize the place where she is in a house or her kids. But related to the team, we have collaborators, and this is supervisors and the people who will lead us with the scientific stuff in a North Texas University. Also, there is a collaboration and people who advising here on a financial question and on doing statistically proved proof of concept in Yukon.
Great. So we have a question from the audience. What is your IP, patent position, and strategy?
So the patent is actually filed back in this December. 1 year ago, we filed the preliminary patent, and now we placed. So we are waiting for results. We did not hear anything yet, except that it's accepted. So that's kind of where we are right now. So we're waiting for this. Under the patent, I'm actually can tell only, of course, a couple issues. So this is a patent in the biomarker, which is not accepted like classical biomarker right now, the pattern to detect it, and a little bit unusual possibility to detect the disease with some biomarker, because we believe that one biomarker, any one which is accepted right now, will bring to a lot of false positive. So the panel of biomarkers would be a much more reliable test.
Jean, did you have a question?
Sorry. Can you describe to us, to the degree you understand, what regulatory controls are going to be around this test? Where do you, what approvals do you need to get from whom, and what process do you need to go through with the FDA, et cetera, et cetera?
So for this product, there is a three major customer sectors. The research laboratories, that we don't need like really much regulatory approval, except like agreement with university rules or whatever research lab rules. The second one, veterinary application, because animals subjective as well to the dementias and Alzheimer. So that we need to figure out. And for the human use, of course, it would be FDA. So that would be quite a significant regulatory approach.
So we have another question from the audience. Who is your buyer? In other words, are you selling this to general practice doctors that they would use during a well visit, or would it be outside of GPs?
So as I mentioned, for the laboratory, for the research use, this is mostly like research labs. Would it be commercial? Would it be academic? Second sector, veterinary clinic, that's mostly the diagnostic laboratories. And for the human use, that would be like two directions. We need to figure out how we can work with insurances, but the diagnostic centers with themselves would buy from us, and the primary doctors and the neurological department of the hospitals. And we considering if that would be possible with regulation. It would depend on FDA to sell to directly to patient who goes to a physical exam. So that we cannot say for sure.
Thank you so much. I think we're out of time.
Great presentation, Mila. Thank you very much. While the judges are deliberating, I have the pleasure of introducing our guest speaker and a former judge here at Hatch. And she's a huge HAYVN HATCH supporter, Fran Hauser. Fran is a former judge, but more important, she is a startup
Hello?
investor and best-selling author who is
Hey, one
here.
second. Let me
Oh,
see if I can
I'm
get.
gonna ask you to mute. There you go,
Okay.
Jean. Jean, I need you to mute. There you go.
Okay.
Jean, mute. There you go. Okay. Back to Fran. Fran is a former HAYVN HATCH judge, but more important, she's a startup investor and a best-selling author. You're looking at her book right there on the screen. She's here to share her highlights from her new book that is debuting in March. So you guys are getting a sneak peek. It is practical and inspiring guided workbook for women. Embrace the work, love your career. Welcome, Fran. We are psyched to hear from you. So take it away.
Hello, thanks, Kendra. Oh, it's so great to be here. I love these events. I've had the privilege of judging twice now, and I really don't envy the judges tonight because I think all of you just did such an amazing job. So congratulations to all 6 founders. I'm really psyched to talk to you about my new book, Embrace the Work, Love Your Career, which comes out at the end of March. And really the inspiration for the book came to me last year around this time when I noticed that so many of my friends and colleagues were really struggling with their career path. They were questioning their purpose, even like down to kind of their day-to-day work. And look, I think a lot of this questioning comes from the fact that we've been living in a pandemic for the last 2 years. And it's really caused many of us to have an existential crisis and just question the meaning of everything that we do and where we spend our time. So I wanted to create a framework to help women do some reflecting, do some exploring, and ultimately create a plan for creating a career that they love. And that's what this book is. There's 6 sections in the book. The section that I'm going to be reading from is section 4, which is called Know Your Value. And I think this is a really important section because it's hard to love your career if you don't own your strengths or feel a deep connection to what you're capable of. So knowing your value is just such a huge part of this. So I'm going to read an excerpt to all of you. So this is page 124. It's called Self-Assurance, Facts versus Fiction. If you struggle with feeling self-assured, you're not alone. We all feel like that sometimes. To this day, when I'm struggling with the decision or feeling insecure, I go back to the evidence. It's really hard to argue with facts. I think about what I have done that's worked, how I did it, and what the outcome was. When I was at Time Inc., I was asked to give a speech to 300 managers, and I was nervous. A close friend told me, think back and remember a time when you gave a good speech. It was simple but solid advice. Before delivering that big presentation, I thought back to a speech I'd given a few years before that my team said really resonated with them. I visualized that speech in as much detail as I could possibly remember. What I'd said, how I'd said it, and how it had felt to succeed. This made me feel far more confident. This purposeful self-reflection will result in what I call evidence-based confidence. To develop your own, start keeping a list of your successes to look back on whenever those feelings of self-doubt creep up. Also, include any insights you gained around the process to achieve that successful outcome. Self-assurance builds not just from wins, but also from the confidence that comes with repeatable actions. For me, when I figured out the best way to prepare for a speech, I felt more in control before the next one because I could rely on a process that worked for me in the past. And I go on to talk about this journal that I keep that I call a smile file. And basically what I do in my smile file is anytime I do work that creates real value, or, if I have a win, or maybe I'm really proud of the way that I responded to a difficult situation, or maybe someone just sent me like a really nice email, like saying, great job. I take all of that and I keep it in my smile file. And in the book, I actually created, there's a section where you can write down those things. And what I find is that whenever I'm feeling a little bit of imposter syndrome, or if I feel like I don't belong, or I don't deserve a seat at the table, I go back and I look at that list, because that's a list of what I'm capable of, right? That's showing actual things that I have done in the past that have created real value. So whenever I need a little bit of a confidence boost, I go back to that list. You can keep it, it could be a note on your phone. It could be, written down on a piece of paper. I have a friend who has a smile file that's a folder in her inbox where she just drags emails that make her feel good into that folder. So that's one excerpt. I'm going to look at the time. I'm going to read one more. So this excerpt is called The Confidence Gap. Your smile file is a powerful asset against self-doubt. Sadly, I've seen that many of the women I've worked with and mentored over the years are less likely to truly believe in their capabilities than their male peers. When Hewlett-Packard was looking to place more women in top leadership positions, they found that women were likely to apply for a job only when they believed they met a full 100% of the qualifications listed for the job. In other words, they applied only if they were a perfect match for the role. Men, on the other hand, applied if they met only 60% of the qualifications. That's the confidence gap. So I go on to talk about how this is so prevalent, and it's affected me in different ways over the years. I share a story about when I was working at AOL, and AOL and Time Warner merged. Time Inc. was one of the divisions within Time Warner, and they posted this job that I was so interested in. It was basically a role that would be the liaison between AOL and Time Inc. and figure out really cool, innovative ways for the two divisions to work together. And when I looked at the job description, all I could focus on was what I didn't have. I was so focused on the fact that I had never worked with magazines before. And I was so intimidated by magazines like People and InStyle and Entertainment Weekly. And it actually took one of my male colleagues at AOL to say to me, like, Fran, you would be so amazing in this role because you're so good at building bridges and you're so good at relationships. And oh, by the way, you have media background. It may not be print, but you have digital media background. So again, it took one of my male colleagues to convince me that I was good enough. And I went for the role. I got it. And I ended up working at Time Inc. for 10 years. I was promoted 3 different times. And the last role that I had there was president of digital, where I was running a really important division of the company. So I'm just going to leave you with that thought, right? The idea of men will go for the job if they feel 60% qualified. So when an opportunity presents itself to you, don't focus on what you don't have, but instead focus on what your assets are and what your strengths are and what you can bring to the table. And I'm going to end there. But I'm so excited. So it comes out end of March. Embrace the work, love your career. Thank you, Felicia. Thank you, Kendra.
Fran, you are awesome. That book and you and your little speech is such a sidebar and dual sort of mission of Haven. I mean, look, I think anywhere you are in your career, maybe you're trying to scale a business, maybe you've just switched to another company, maybe your kids are just going to college and you want to get back into the workforce. We all have our moments of self-doubt. We all need to remind ourselves of our value. And I think that a guided workbook, regardless of where you are and regardless of who you are, is awesome and useful. So thank you, Fran. That was really, really great. Judges, I am going to assume you are back. Can I see you on the screen so that we know that we are here? And Christine, and the time, I only see Jean's picture. Are the judges back? Hello, Christine. Okay. Well, while they come back, I'm going to talk about the prize package, the support package. So as I said in the beginning, Haven is all about, of course, helping our community grow. The prize package does just that. The winner will, of course, win a little cash prize that was the donations from the audience and the attendees. But our support package is for the runner-up and for the winner, and it is fantastic. It is a 1-month branch membership at Haven. And what a beautiful space it is behind me that you all have to come see to build your business. They will also get input and advice from a team of gurus and experts to guide their growth. You're looking at it on the screen. You can see by the slide, we've gathered an amazing board of directors of all sorts. The winner will get time with the winner and runner-up will get time with any and all of these women whom they choose and they want the input and advice for. Marie Roca of Realist Ventures, Funding and Strategy, Christine Sullivan, Strategy and Finance, Alexis Brooks, Legal Issues, Deborah Lutsky, Digital Retail Partners, she'll help you with your email marketing, Nancy Sheed, Social Media Assessment, Kim Barron, New Leaf Graphic Design and your branding, Belinda Wasser, Rocket Girl, Business Systems, that's me, Kendra Farnett P. Guerin with any video strategy you might need, Holly Hurd with Venture Mom, she'll profile each winner on the Venture Mom blog, and you'll also get a copy of her Venture Mom book. Not only that, our judges have generously offered to give our winner and our runner-up feedback on their pitches. So make sure, winner and runner-up, that you also reach out to the judges. Basically, the prize package is a team of experts for the winner and runner-up to utilize to grow their business. And hey, what could be better than that? Okay, judges, are we back? I need to see you on the screen. Jean, all of the judges. Christine, are we ready? The time is here to announce, there you are, to announce our runner-up and our winner. Drum roll, please. Rach, I am going to ask you if you would please start with the runner-up first and give us a few lines, a little dissertation about how the judges arrived at the runner-up, and then follow that, if you would, Rach, with the winner and how you arrived at that decision as well. Take it away. I know it was not easy.
Thank you, Kendra. This is very exciting for all of us, and we really enjoyed all the pitches. Just so you know, we know how hard it is to be sitting in your seat. So this was a challenging job on our end to pick somebody from our group. You were all exceptional, and it's pretty exciting. So from our end, we looked at momentum towards your goal and really your overall excitement in your given category. We wish that we could have 3 winners, and we really are actually 6 winners, but we have picked 3 people that we really feel fantastic about, and we've narrowed it down to 2. So our runner-up is Bryn from Patch 10. We felt that you had a very clear market strategy, and that we know that protecting it is going to be hard, but you're following all the right paths in order to get there. We love your concept. We think it's so unique and so thoughtful. You could move into line extensions in the future, and we really felt that that was a really, really special kind of business and something that was very unique. Our second runner-up, if we're allowed to have one, is Allie from StarMind. Allie, we love your idea. We think that we love your energy and how you're thinking about it. You really are a star, and you've kind of figured out all the right paths. We know that there's a bigger opportunity, and to listen to your customers I think they're on the right track. So if you can kind of spend a little bit more energy and time on that, we would love it. And then finally, for our winner, Allie, this was a unanimous One Fun Company. We're very, very excited about what you built. You really articulated a clear vision beyond just one product. You've solved a clear need in the market. You've created a moat around it. And we see that you have an opportunity for significant growth in the future. So all of us on our end are super excited for your success, and we can't wait to see what happens next. Kendra, do you want me to share a little bit more about the rest of the team? Or
Absolutely. Share what, look, all feedback is good. And sometimes in a public forum, it's even better for other people who aren't involved to hear.
Okay, excellent. Well, first of all, again, everyone else, the rest of you, it was a wonderful experience for us to get to hear your business ideas. And if we had more time to unpack, it's very likely that there would have been a different outcome. So first, starting with Karen, we love your conscious container idea. Wonderful. And it's so needed. It's such a unique concept in the market. Unfortunately, we really didn't understand how your business model worked or how you were going to make money immediately. So we would love to understand a little bit more about that. And we'd encourage you to come back to us with some other details. Mila from Crystal Neuro, unbelievable concept. And if we assume that the science works because you're into a patent application already, we believe that it will be a successful business model. We think you would do well to find a business partner for your science because you can clearly articulate the science side, but we really feel like you'd be best supported by somebody who has a business background. And finally, Courtney, what a cool idea. We all need this. We all need this, like travelers, New Yorkers, we're all waiting for it. We do feel like there's going to be some challenges on either side of the market. And it kind of feels a little hard to believe like that there isn't going to be people all vying for the same parking spot at one time. So I'm waiting for those train wrecks to happen, but we're excited to watch you grow and kind of build this incredible brand. We see so many opportunities for it. So we'd love to track along with you.
Fantastic. I can't tell you. So we have a winner and two runner-ups. Runners up would be the grammatically correct way to say that, Kendra. So thank you, Rach, for outlining all that. Listen, congratulations to all 6 of you presenters. It is not easy. You were all amazing. And look, as we always say, everybody's impressive. Everyone's inspiring. And as an entrepreneur myself, I really always say good, bad, or indifferent, all feedback is so priceless and really important for all female entrepreneurs. So we really, really encourage this conversation to continue. Like I said before, everyone in the audience, judges, presenter to presenter, reach out through websites and answer questions and continue the connections and the support, because that's really what HAYVN is all about, is inspiring and supporting each other as female entrepreneurs. So thank you so much to everyone, and congratulations to all 6 of you, but especially the winner and our 2 runners up. Okay, couple quick housekeeping notes before we send you off for the night. We have our next HAYVN Hatch event on the calendar already, April 25th, with a pitch application of March 28th. So please spread the word. And hopefully we'll be back in person right here in this amazing space in Darien. The date for our next Hatch Lit, if you're not familiar with that, that's for female entrepreneurs age 16 to 22. It is amazing. They're so inspiring at their young ages. That is going to be in October. The exact date is TBD, so look on social media for that, and please spread the word if you have any young entrepreneurs between 16 and 22 who you have in mind, and send them our way. That is it. Thank you guys for a fantastic night. For a quick goodbye, I'm going to send it back to our fearless leader, Felicia.
Thank you, Kendra. And thank you all to the judges, to Fran for sharing your book, our amazing presenters, and our Hatch team for switching this quickly from live to virtual. I also wanted to give a shout out to CT Next for all their support of the entrepreneur community in Connecticut. HAYVN is a CT Next partner, which means that we're a hub to help businesses grow and thrive in the state of Connecticut. And we're open, we're safe. So come in when you're feeling comfortable and take a tour of HAYVN. We have all sorts of membership options. We work the way you do. We have private offices, meeting rooms, part-time private offices, and hot desks. So come in, Check out all our inspiring events. This is one of many. And don't forget to email us at hello@HAYVN for your free day pass by tomorrow night. So thank you all. Enjoy your night.
Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Bye.